Yep.
Hey, Brenda, are you still waiting for Larry?
Yeah, I wanted to spend a little time with him this afternoon.
Well, where is he?
Well, the duty nurse said he's with the patient right now. Listen, thanks for breakfast. That was really great. I appreciate it. Thank you for the ride over here.
I know, well, you're the one who deserves a round of thanks, my dear.
Why?
For helping me out with my bedside manner. I already tried it out on one of my patients.
And?
And I'm glad to say that toning down the intensity level really does make a difference.
Yes!
And I tried it out with one of the interns, and he said it was...
Oh, my God!
Sorry.
Dad, what happened?
Don't worry. Call security. Roger Gordon just ran out of his room.
I'm sorry I had to make a special trip back here, but I thought you might want to take this with you to the hearing.
What is it?
A confirmation of employment stating that you are the manager of the Landview Grand.
Well, now I really feel guilty.
Why?
Because you're both having a grand opening tonight, and I am so overwhelmed with this custody case that I won't be much help to you.
You've done enough. You should concentrate on getting custody of your son.
By the way, I am perfectly willing to testify on your behalf.
Thank you, Michael, but my lawyer doesn't think I need a character witness. He is convinced this is an open and shut case.
And why shouldn't it be? A child needs to be with his mother.
And I need my son. And I'm not going to let anyone or anything stand in the way. Thanks again. I better be on my way.
Don't
Good
mention
luck. Good luck, Gabrielle.
I certainly hope I'm not going to need it.
Can't believe how we got caught up at the speakeasy. I never looked at your watch. We'd have to come here in our work.
Listen, did I get a chance to tell you how sexy you looked with paint all over your body?
No, but there'll be plenty of time for that. We are a team again, Max Holden. I'm going to help you fix up your place. I'm going to stay with you here, and if John needs me to testify for you, I will.
Oh, well, thank you for the offer, but I hope it doesn't come down to needing character witnesses. As far as I know, John's game plan is to put me on the stand first and have me convince the judge that Gabrielle is an unfit mother.
Well, maybe I can sit in the back of the courtroom for moral support.
I would love that, but I don't think so. It's a closed hearing. I don't think they allow spectators.
All right, then I'll wait out here and send in positive vibes.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to need it. Gabrielle's lawyer pulled a lot of fast ones in the temporary custody hearing. I'm sure he's got a few more dirty tricks up his sleeve.
Excuse me, I don't...
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, it's Megan. I called you at your studio. They said you weren't working today, so I took a chance on catching up with you here.
Why? What's wrong?
I need to talk to you about something quite important, please.
It's my father. He's taken a turn for the worse.
What was that for?
Just a little thank you
For what?
for the way you've come to accept Gabrielle. Things have been a lot more peaceful since you've become friends. By the way, what exactly changed your feelings anyway?
Oh, nothing special. Just your love for me. And then there's always this little guy right here. I think I'm beginning to understand the bond between a mother and a child.
The same bond that Gabrielle has with Al.
Yes. Al's all she's got right now. She's lost everything. She's lost her family, her friends, her reputation. Everything. And the past is in the past. From now on, I just want to concentrate on the wonderful future I know we're going to have together.
Alicia, I have always loved you, and I always will.
Mr. Brown, you know, we do have a lot to do before the guests arrive. By the way, what was that argument about earlier that Gabrielle was having with contract?
Nothing to be concerned about. I'll double check it just to be sure, though.
And while you're doing that, I will double check the guest list.
Good idea.
That's a bad gash, Dad.
Did you call security?
Yes, I did. Oh, geez. I took care of it already. It's okay. Just hold on to that.
Roger, do this, Larry.
Yes, and why did he leave the hospital in his condition?
I don't know. He was very upset when I walked in. I just had no idea he was going to run right at me.
Oh, do you think it has anything to do with the poison that's in the system, or?
Yeah, probably so. Somehow it's made him psychotic. I'm just afraid of what he's going to do. If it's going to get worse or what. We've got to get him. We've got to find him, bring him back here, and get him sedated.
Yeah, well, let's let security take care of that. Here, now let me see this now. Ooh. don't know, Dan. I don't like the look of that.
Yeah, that's bad. I agree. Dad, you're going to need a couple stitches. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. We got to get you to the ER.
I want to call Ray first and get him to call an APB up.
I'll do that while he's patching you.
Oh, Larry,
Yeah.
how's Roger? What the hell happened to you?
Well, if you want to hear about it, you're going to have to come to the ER with us.
I'm right behind you.
This isn't really the place to discuss it. Could we go someplace a little quieter?
I knew it. Something horrible has happened to my father.
No, Megan, look, I was with your father last night. He was resting very comfortably.
Well, then why do we need to go someplace and talk?
Because I'd like to discuss certain aspects of his medical treatment with you.
Well, I said that I would stay here with Max.
It's okay. Your father's health is much more important. Besides, I don't think anything exciting is going to happen around here for a while. It's okay.
Hi, Vicky. Megan.
John, hi,
Thanks
John.
for remembering to start.
I'll be right in. Well, this is it.
I'll see you later.
Max, I do hope it goes well for you.
Thanks.
Hello, Alicia.
Delilah, hello. You're here awfully early, aren't you?
Well, I wanted to get a chance to rehearse before the show.
Well, of course. Well, the piano is in the ballroom next to the restaurant, so you can feel free to set up whenever you want to.
Thanks. Listen, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to sing at the opening of your hotel. It's really what I needed right now.
Why?
Well, I just got back from California where I almost got a part in a film.
That is so exciting.
Well, I was excited about it until I didn't get it. Then I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
But a lot of doors are opening up for me here in town, and my husband's pleased about that.
Yeah. Still, it must be awfully hard to be a mother and have a career in show business at the same time.
Oh, believe me, it isn't easy. Matter of fact, it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But we are working things out.
Well, if it is going to work, you're going to need a very understanding husband.
Rafe is very understanding, but sometimes he just gets so excited about things. And, well, I don't think it's so unreasonable for me to want to have a family and a career. I need them both. I mean, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Just make sure you don't risk losing them both.
Well, I think I can handle it all, as long as I keep my priorities straight. Speaking of priorities, I better go and rehearse. Is there someplace I can put this stuff?
Oh, sure, I'll take you to a room upstairs. We'll take the back elevator. Let me just get my book. Actually, you know, while we're up there, I would love to show you a couple of the rooms that Tina's decorated.
Tina? Oh, this I gotta see.
That ought to do it, Mr. Grant.
Not good enough.
What do you mean? Anybody ought to be able to read that.
I know, but this is the main elevator bank. I don't want anybody coming anywhere near it.
How are you going to keep them away?
I want you to cordon off the entire area.
Seems kind of extreme considering you only have one elevator out of order.
I don't care if it's one elevator. You told me yourself the cable in there is so frayed it could snap at any minute. I don't want to risk the possibility of anybody even stepping into it, understood?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Good. Rope off the area. Make it your first priority.
I'll get right on it.
Please be seated.
All right, I want you to tell me straight. What are my chances of getting custody of my son?
Don't worry. John Russell may have won the first round of the temporary custody hearing, but this time, taking the gloves off.
I asked you what my chances are.
Well, I'd say good to excellent.
Oh, I like those odds, Mr. Lovelace.
How does it look, John?
All of that's going to depend on the judge, Max.
Well, he was on my side in the temporary custody hearing. I mean, what could turn him around now?
Well, the stakes are higher this time, so there's no telling. Judge Tipton is very adamant about protecting the welfare of the child. Max, he's even been known to place the child under foster care rather than give either parent custody.
Now, will the attorneys and their clients please approach the bench? This will be off the record. Now, hearing a case such as this and making a decision which will affect the life of a child is one of my least favorite duties as a judge. That's why I always start the proceedings by offering the parties involved one last chance to resolve their differences. You see, it is my firm belief that if you both love your child as much as you claim to, and truly have the child's interest at heart, well, then a reasonable compromise between you, the parents, is far more desirable. I therefore ask if there is any possible way this dispute can be resolved without going through the emotional turmoil of this hearing.
I thank Your Honor for your counsel. However, Mr. Holden has made certain outrageous demands concerning the custody of the child, which unfortunately my client cannot agree to.
Then I have no other recourse but to hear the case and pass judgment to the best of my ability. You may take your seats. Now, as counsel for the petitioner, Mr. Russell, you will present the case, and Mr. Lovelace, you will cross-examine. But before we start, I want to caution all of you, and I've had many years of experience with hearings such as these. They can become very emotional. Now believe me, just believe me, I am well aware of what's at stake. However, I will not see this hearing turned into a circus. Strict courtroom procedure will be observed at all times. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Russell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, then. You may proceed by calling your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Max Holden to the stand.
Your Honor, I move that this hearing be summarily dismissed.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that Mr. Holden has no right whatsoever to the child in question.
Okay, that's it. You've neatly sidestepped all of my questions. You're not going to tell me what's going on here. I refuse to go one more step until you do. Now, what is the problem with my father's medical treatment?
All right, Megan. First, I have to tell you that your father would not approve of what I'm about to do.
Why not?
Because I gave him my word that I would keep a secret for him. I haven't even told Clint. And then I realized that what your father needs more than anything right now is a lot of love and a lot of support and a lot of comfort. And I could not consider myself his friend if I kept this to myself. So no matter how I try to justify my silence, the end result is that he should not have to go through this alone.
Vicki, if you dragged me away from the hearing so that you could go on about secrets and God knows what else, well, then just forget it.
I am trying to find the right words to tell you, Megan.
All right, fine. When you do, you can find me in the courtroom.
Sit down, please. I'm very sorry. I spent the entire night last night tossing and turning, trying to think of a way to tell you this awful news. But there is no kind way, so the only thing I can do is just tell you the truth. Megan, your father is dying. He only has a few weeks to live.
Is it true?
Yes, it's true. Unless they find the antidote. Yeah, it's true. Larry Wolek and all the other doctors at the hospital are working around the clock to try and find the antidote, and this Dr. Elliott, they tell me, is a very fine toxicologist, one of the best in the country. And so there is an entire staff of very highly skilled physicians working very hard to save your father's life.
Yes, but he's still dying.
Yes, he is dying. However, there is something that we can do. I had a very long talk with Larry Wolek last night. According to Larry, right now, your father's will to live is equally as important as finding the antidote. He can keep himself alive, but he has to keep on hoping. His will must be terribly, terribly strong. So we have to do everything possible to get him to rally against the poison that is in his system. He has simply got to hang on until they can find the antidote.
No wonder he's been so upbeat lately. He didn't want me and Sarah to know that he was dying. Even now, he's still trying to protect us.
That's because he loves you both very much.
And I let him down, Vicki. After he got out of Eterna, I was angry at him for something that happened 25 years ago. And the whole time he was getting sick and worse, and...
You didn't know he was dying. You didn't know it himself.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. He's my father, Vicky, and for 25 years. He supported me and loved me, and what do I do in return? I just reject him when he needs me most. I've got to go. I've got to go see him right now.
No, wait, Megan. Wait, you can't go to the hospital now.
I can't believe it. I was just talking to Roger this morning. He was going to write a few articles for the Banner, and that's why I came down here. I wanted to talk over a few ideas with him. I had no idea he was going to go off the deep end.
No, it's really frightening. And Larry thinks that this poison in his system is getting worse every minute.
Oh, listen, security hasn't found him. They got no track of him. I think he's left the building already. Did you call the police?
Yeah, they put out an
Thank
APP
you.
on him.
Larry, just how violent is he?
Clint, I don't know. I mean, this could be the extent of it right now, or it may be the start of something worse.
Do you think he hurt Vicky? Do you think he might have forced her to go along with him?
No, Vicky hasn't even been in the hospital today.
Oh, thank God. When I couldn't reach her a little earlier, I figured she must have come down here. But that still doesn't mean that he is not there looking for her. Did he say anything to you before he attacked you? Anything that might give us an idea as to where he might be heading?
No, he was real anxious to get out of here. He said, wait a minute, he said something about he wanted to... Eterna was where no one ever died. He's going to live forever. I don't know.
Eterna?
Yeah.
Hey, where are you going, Clint?
I'm going to check out a hunch.
Will both counselors please approach the bench? Mr. Lovelace, didn't I just say I will not have this hearing turned into a dog and pony act?
Why, I believe a motion for dismissal of a hearing is proper procedure, Your Honor.
Care to give me your reasons for such a motion?
Well, first of all, the petitioner never bothered to marry the mother of the child in question. Now, since my client has been made to bear all of the responsibilities, both financial and emotional, of raising this child, Mr. Holden certainly seems to me to be an irresponsible parent.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but that hasn't been proven.
Precedence has proven time and time again that a child belongs with his mother. Your Honor, my motion for dismissal still stands, and I respectfully request a ruling.
Your Honor, Mr. Lovelace is obviously grandstanding in an attempt to discredit my client before this hearing even begins. As for precedence, I'm willing and able to cite hundreds of cases where the father was indeed given custody of his child.
Mr. Russell, if without prejudice you can cite precedents for such a dismissal...
Well, I can't believe you guys. You're arguing over my son like he's some sort of postgraduate dissertation.
Order.
Now, damn it, I have a right to be heard in this.
What right?
Order
You threw
here.
away your rights when you abandoned
I never abandoned it. Order that.
When you go back to your bags and moving halfway across
What
the
are you calling
country.
a parade of it?
Order.
Oh, come on.
I said order. I will have order. At the risk of repeating myself one more time, I want to warn both of you, I will not tolerate these outbursts. Although this is only a hearing, I still have the power to hold you in contempt and fine both of you accordingly. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Now, Mr. Lovelace, it is obvious that this dispute must be heard and settled fairly and swiftly. I therefore deny your motion for a dismissal. Mr. Russell, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Max Holden to the stand.
Place your right hand on the Bible. State your name, please.
Max Holden.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may be seated.
Mr. Holden, will you tell this court where you and your son are currently residing?
122 River Drive.
Is that a private residence?
No, it's an apartment above a restaurant at that address.
I see. And do you rent there?
No, I own the building.
Well, Your Honor, did I miss something? Is there a point to all this?
I'm sure there is. But get on with it, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Holden, where did you acquire the funds necessary for the purchase of this building?
I took out a second mortgage on my ranch in order to make the down payment on the restaurant.
I see. So do you plan on operating this restaurant as well as living above it?
Yes, the idea is to provide a home for Al while at the same time I can make a living there.
Oh, I see. So by this special arrangement, you can spend a lot more time with your son.
Objection, yes. Leading the witness.
Sustained. However I get the picture, why don't you move on to your next line of questioning?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Holden, why did you leave your ranch in Texas and return to Landview?
Because Gabrielle kidnapped my son.
Objection.
Overruled. Continue.
Well, how did you come to have Al living with you in the first place?
About a month ago, I got a call from Wanda Wallach while I was in Texas, and she said that Gabrielle was missing. Al had been left alone with a babysitter, so I made arrangements to have my son brought out to me at the ranch.
Did he enjoy living there at the ranch with you?
Oh, yeah, he loved it out there. I've never seen him happier. That's why when Gabrielle eventually showed up, I told her I wanted him to stay with me in Texas.
Did she agree to that?
Oh, no. She swore that she was going to take him from me, even after I tried to work out some sort of fair custody arrangement.
I see. What did she do then?
Well, she left the house. And then she created a diversion so she could get her hands on Al.
A diversion? Really? Well, what sort of diversion?
She set off the fire alarm in the barn.
Objection, Your Honor. An alarm in the barn. This is pure speculation.
Is it, Mr. Holden?
All I know is that I came back from a false alarm and Al is missing.
Then I suggest you stick to the facts and keep your theories to yourself. Continue, please.
Max, how did you feel when you found out that your child was missing?
I don't know, I was very frantic. I grabbed the first plane I could to Landview, and then I started publicizing the fact I was trying to find Gabrielle and Al.
Did anyone respond to this?
Well, yes, actually, there was a landlady who said that she saw Gabrielle at her hotel. She had checked in along with my son Al.
Your Honor, I really don't see what any of this has to do with proving that Mr. Holden is a fit and responsible parent.
Neither do I. Get to the point, counsel.
Oh, I will. Did you confront Gabrielle at the hotel?
No, by the time I got there, she had disappeared.
Well, do you know where she went?
Yes. She went to get a passport so she could get out of the country.
Oh, I see. So she went to see a man at the passport office, right?
No, this man had nothing to do with the passport office. He works out of his back room the way most crooks that forge passports do.
You're saying that Miss Medina was going to take your child out of the country illegally?
Yes, and luckily I caught her at the airport.
Well, was she arrested at this time for
this? Yes, she was.
Your Honor, I really must object to Mr. Russell's tactics. He knows full well that my client has not been convicted on these charges.
Is that the truth?
Yes, Your Honor. But she was arrested for attempting to leave the country with a forged passport.
I did what I had to do. Max was trying to take my son away from me.
Sit down, Miss
Just like he's
Medina.
trying to do the same thing now, Max, and I will never let you do that. Do you hear me? Never!
Why shouldn't I go to the hospital, Vicki? I want to see my father.
Yes, I know you do, but you can't go like this. You're much too upset to see him. Now, what he needs is for you to be very calm and very optimistic when you see him.
You just finished telling me that my father is dying and I'm supposed to have a smile on my face?
I never said it was going to be easy, Megan, but yes, that is exactly what he needs. If he senses in the slightest that you know he's dying, his whole reason for wanting to live is going to be gone. You said yourself, he hasn't told you any of this because he wants to protect you and Sarah. He wants to spare you from the pain and the sorrow. Now, as strange as all that may seem, that can work to our advantage.
What?
Look, as long as he thinks he is protecting you, he's going to want to hang on to life. And hopefully he'll hang on long enough for the antidote to be found.
Well, if that's the case, then why did you tell me in the first place? I'm already supporting my father in the way that you suggested. Why did you have to tell me the truth and make it harder for me?
Because you're his daughter. Because you have the right to know the truth. This was not an easy decision for me to make, Megan. I wasn't going to tell you anything. And then I put myself in your place. And I remembered when my father died. I know what it felt like. I was very close to him then. It was before I found out what kind of a man he really was, and I was absolutely devoted to him. His death came very quickly. And for many years afterwards, I felt that I never had the time that I really needed to tell him how much he meant to me. Besides, I really couldn't do anything to save his life, but with your father, it's quite different. There is hope, Megan, and you can make a difference.
Oh, how? By pretending he's not going to die?
No, darling. By using the time that has been given to you to give him a reason to live, to make him want to live. I'm very sorry if this is more than you can handle. I know that I would have been absolutely furious if someone had kept this information from me in a similar situation. I just naturally assumed you'd feel the same way.
No, thank you. Thank you for telling me and for keeping me from going to the hospital. I think you're right. I have to
pull myself together before seeing my father again.
The important thing is not to give up hope. I haven't. I'm leaving for Houston in a little while. I'm going to go meet with a fellow who's an expert on rare toxins.
Is Clint going with you?
No, he doesn't even know I'm going yet. I only made the appointment just before I came looking for you. I'll have to call Clint from the airport, tell him I'm going.
Well, when will you be back?
Tonight. Megan, do you want to be the one to tell Sarah? If you don't feel like you can do it, I'll be happy to talk to her when I get home.
I don't believe you. Haven't you done enough already?
I gotta get back to Eterna. The cure. I gotta find the cure. It's in the book. The journal. Without it, I'll die. Daddy. It can't be. Now, you've been dead for 25 years. I saw your remains in the mausoleum.
Yes, it's very peaceful there, my son. Come, give me your hand. Together we will find our way back to Eterna. And there you will find eternal peace.
Hey. Does your head still hurt there?
Well, the only thing that really hurts is my pride. I can't believe I let him get the jump on me.
Listen, it is not your fault.
Well, I feel it is. I'm his doctor. I feel responsible for it.
Well, why don't you take the weight of the world off your shoulders for a little while? Go find a place to lay down, get a little rest.
I can't do that, Brenda. I have to wait till the police get here. I want to talk
Let security take care of that, Larry.
But Brenda, there's no telling what he might do. He might hurt himself or he might hurt someone else. I'm not going to relax until he gets back to the hospital.
You're always putting others' welfare ahead of your own, aren't you? Aren't you?
I guess that's just the kind of guy I am.
It's just the kind of guy I'm really crazy about.
Dr. Woolard?
Yeah.
I'm Detective Patterson, Landview Police. You reported a missing patient?
Yes, sir. Roger Gordon. He left the hospital a couple of hours ago.
Is there someplace we can talk?
Sure, my office. Honey, I don't know how long this is going to be.
It's fine. I'll be here. I'll wait for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It won't take too long. Thank you. Okay, come on this way.
Hey, Brenda, what are you doing here? You should be at home with your feet up.
No, I'm waiting for Larry. I'm going to make sure he doesn't overdo it this
No,
afternoon.
Brenda, you are the one that needs the rest. Now, come on. You know the rules. You cannot let yourself get stressed out.
Dan, I appreciate your concern, but I just talked with Dr. Spencer, and the toxemia is leveled out a little bit. My blood pressure's
I
fine.
know what Dr. Spencer said. I just spoke with him also. But that doesn't change the fact that you're walking a very dangerous tightrope. And if you don't stop this... What?
I'm sorry.
Brenda, what are you laughing at? This is important.
Well, Dan, it just seems like a little bit ago at breakfast we had this long conversation about bedside manner. I don't know. Maybe I just dreamt it up or something.
I'm doing it again.
Yes, you are.
Super resonant, faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Yeah, well, it's the stronger than the locomotive part I think that you should be careful of.
Yes, you know, maybe if I get a pair of glasses, then I'll be more mild-mannered.
Yeah, but you stay out of those telephone booths, you hear me? And then everything will be fine.
Well, I think I'm all set. I got some up-tempo stuff, a few ballads, and a Broadway medley.
Oh, that sounds wonderful, but I'm sure you'll be a big hit no matter what you sing.
Well, thanks. Okay, then I'll just do feelings, nothing more than feelings, and call it a day. How about that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what's the matter?
Nothing. It's just the baby started kicking up a storm. I guess he or she must be looking forward to hearing you sing, too.
Oh, I remember the first time Sammy kicked me. Makes me think about having a baby again. Oh, gee, what am I saying? I guess that's a natural thing when a woman sees a pregnant woman. But I have to get my career together. I can't think about having another child.
Well, you're still so young. There's plenty of time for that.
Yeah. Well, I guess I better get up to my room and change.
Why don't you take the main elevator? It's a lot closer.
Oh, you know, I gotta go check the piano. It was out of tune when we rehearsed. I better make sure they fixed it. I'll see you later.
I'm only doing what I can to help because I care.
No, I know. It's just that it's been such a burden and you've been carrying it all on your own. And now you're willing to fly off and try and find a specialist for Dad? And then you're going to speak to Sarah if I can't? I just don't know how I can ever repay you for what you've done.
I don't want to be repaid. Megan, I'm doing all of this because I love your father and Sarah and you. And as far as I'm concerned, we're all family, and that's what families do. They help each other out in times like this.
Yeah, well, I'm not very good in times of crisis. I usually just fall apart. But you're right. I have to be strong. I can't allow myself to fall to pieces. I have to be there for my father in the next few weeks. I just don't know if I can. I'm afraid, Vicky. I'm really afraid.
I know, I am too. I think we're all frightened by things that are unknown to us. All you have to do is keep in mind all the years of love that your father gave you, and that'll give you the strength to give him a little love and support in return.
But what if I fail?
You won't fail. You won't. You may falter a little bit. You will not fail. I promise you I'll be by your side the whole way.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you for everything. No, I'm sorry.
You know, it really saddens me to see the antagonism and hatred between these two parties. It makes me wonder if they act this way when they're with their child.
I can assure Your Honor that my client is always extremely loving towards his...
I can certainly say the same for my client, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, you're both being paid for your assurances. What I want to know is what sort of emotional legacy will this child inherit? Was he conceived out of love, Mr. Holden? Huh? Did you ever love the mother of your child?
No. The night Al was conceived, I cared for Gabrielle very much, but I was never in love with her.
Was she aware of that at the time?
Yes, I told her exactly how I felt, and she accepted it.
And just how did you make your feelings known to her?
Well, it was my last night in Buenos Aires, and we were together in my room.
I want to prove how I feel about you.
You don't have to prove anything to me. I've never met a girl like you. So sweet, innocent.
I'm not innocent. You make it sound like this is my first time. But I've loved and been loved by many men. Why is it I can never lie to you?
I don't know. But I can't lie to you either. I care about you a lot, Gabrielle. And maybe if we spent some more time together...
No. We have tonight. Kiss me.
I'm coming back to Buenos Aires, I promise you that.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
No, I mean it. Somehow I'm going to raise the cash to buy Don Alonso's ranch, and I'm coming back here to live the kind of life I've always dreamed of. So if you want to wait until then...
No. I don't want to wait. Not one more second. Max, I want you. I want you now.
That's the story, Your Honor.
No. No, that's a lie. That's not how it happened. I never would have gone to bed with a man who didn't love me.
Miss Medina, please.
Gabrielle, sit down.
No, not until I correct Max's twisted version. Yes, we were in his room. But he was the aggressor, not me.
I want to prove how I feel about you.
You don't have to prove how you feel about me, Max. I've never met anybody so sweet, caring, and gentle. It's almost too good to be true.
But it is true. I love you, Gabrielle. I will always love you.
Max, please.
Don't you want me to make love to you?
Maybe if we had a little more time together.
Yeah, tonight.
What happens afterwards? What happens when you leave me?
I'm coming back to Buenos Aires, I promise you. I'm never going to leave you again. This is where I belong. I want to live with you. life I've always dreamed of.
Oh, Max. Yes. Together. Forever. He was the one who seduced me. He promised that he'd stay with me, but then he abandoned me and his son. He left me with my shame, a shame that forced me into the jungle to have my son, our son.
I didn't even know.
I never got any help from you when I needed it, and I never have. You've never helped me. You've never been there for my son.
Out of order. You're out of order, Miss Medina. Now, Mr. Holden is on the stand, not you. Now, please sit down. Now, you'll have your chance later on to state your case. Now, believe me. You may continue, Mr. Russell.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, then. Mr. Lovelace, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Tell me, Max. Mind if I call you Max?
Oh, skip the theatrics, Mr. Lovelace.
Very well, then, Mr. Holden. You say that you love your son very much, and that you want more than anything else to be able to raise him all by yourself. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
Uh-huh. Well, then tell me how it is that not more than 6 months ago you were willing to have your son be brought up by another man.
If the man you're referring to is my brother Steve, yes, I did agree to let him raise my son after he married Gabrielle. But I did not allow him to adopt Al.
Still, it's obvious that you weren't overly concerned about being with your son at that time. In fact, a short while later, you abandoned him completely and moved to a ranch 2,000 miles away.
Never abandoned his son.
Sustained. Please rephrase the question.
Fine. Why did you leave your son, Mr. Holden?
After my brother died, I was all broken up. I just wasn't thinking straight.
Uh-huh. What you're saying is that you were distraught over the death of your brother, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, tell me, what happens the next time you get distraught? You abandon your son again?
Objection.
In fact, isn't this your response to your entire life, Mr. Holden? I mean, whenever something doesn't work out, your business affairs, your love affairs, you simply skip town, don't you?
Mr. Lovelace,
You left your business partner at the television station holding the bag. You ran out on your girlfriend. Am I right?
Who the hell do you think you
Just
are?
answer the question, Mr. Holden, or do you want me to drag Melinda Kramer and me
Mr. Lovelace.
testify to the
No, Mr. Lovelace,
garbage? You got that? What are you waiting for, Max? There's the door. Use it. Why don't you walk out like you always do when you're going down?
Order here. You're twisting it. Order! I will have order in this court.
What are you doing?
Checking out some last-minute details.
Did you rope off the elevator bank?
Sorry, I got caught up in something else. One of the doors to the ballroom was sticking, and I thought I'd better get over there and check that door because a lot of people...
Damn it!
In that...
Joe, I don't care about the ballroom doors. Guests are going to be arriving any minute now, and if one of them got hurt in that elevator...
There's a sign on it. Why would anyone want to use something that's out of order?
Didn't I tell you that I didn't want to take any chances and to rope everything off? In fact, I think we should turn the electricity to the elevators off.
All of it?
No, to the bank with the bad car.
So what do you want me to do first? Turn off the electricity or put up the rope?
Both, Joe. And don't get sidetracked this time.
Every honeybee filled with jealousy when they see you out with me. Your confection, goodness knows.
Daddy! Daddy, don't leave me, Daddy! Oh, my God. Now I'm seeing ghosts. I gotta find the cure. I gotta get back into Eterna!
Roger!
Daddy! You're not my father. Who are you?
It's me, Clint.
What do you want? What are you doing here?
Roger, look, you're delirious. Let me take you back to the hospital.
No! I gotta get back into Eterna. It's my last hope.
Roger, you'll never get through all that rock.
I have to, otherwise I'll die.
Roger, come on, let me...
Don't touch me!
Now, look, I don't want to hurt you. Now, come on.
Look, if you stand in my way, I'll kill you! I'm taking you to the hospital, whether you want to go or not. No! leave.